Hey everyone, this is my reaction to the 23rd episode of the second season of ReZero. And yes, I know I'm a little bit late on this, but I am here to watch some ReZero. And last episode, I believe, was fairly eventful. We had a very good conversation with Beatrice, and then she kind of kicked him out after he said something that she did not quite like, which, I mean, I think that's nothing new for this show. But that's it wasn't ideal because, you know, we're trying to get things worked out over at the mansion. We got crazy things going on, like our Melee is her name, right? The beast user, she's coming with beasts, and we got just this big old doggy, I think, inside the building as well that was kind of had a bit of a face down with before we cut over back to Amelia. And Amelia's going through this trial. That's what she's been doing for a while. Right? She's finally got to the point where she can do it pretty well. And that time she experienced the ideal present, which she experienced and, you know, dealt with that as she should. And I believe there should be one more trial left, which I think we ended off with her going to that after having a nice conversation with the locals. And that's pretty much where we left off, right? I mean, on the Subaru side of things, we got a couple of beasts to deal with because I think Frederica stayed behind one area and then everyone else left somewhere else, but they ran to their own beastie. I think that's basically what the situation. So let's dive on in and see how things go from here. 3, 2, 1, play. Oh yeah, there's also that. That's also happening. And I agree, very, very cool fight. That hopefully ends positively. Oh, dang, did you just get her in the eye? Yeah, I bet it did. But I'm also sure you're fine. Yeah, she is kind of a monster, isn't she? I mean, yeah, I mean, let's see who gives out first. Bats. Well, there you go. And that's the doggy, the beastie I was talking about. He's kind of scary. You could be right. It's okay, Petra. Just give her a head pat and everything will be fine. Probably, hopefully. You do that, Subaru. It's what you do best. And opening? Nope, not in this show. We don't do that here. I mean, Subaru looks fairly confident. He's clearly being bait. We'll see how this goes. Looks like it's just you and me. Does somebody want their belly rubbed? Well, we're keeping it busy. A dust explosion? Or what are we going for here? Not a lot happened. And it didn't quite work. Yeah, let's just throw stuff at it. Hope for the best. Oh, there we go. I guess that's something. Yeah, although it is actually kind of worse in some ways. Like, we especially don't want to be touched by it now. Well, I guess that was overall a positive end to that interaction. Don't ask me, I don't know physics. I barely understood what you were trying to do. And, I think we're just gonna burn down the mansion. I was actually gonna comment on that, that was a concern. But apparently it clearly was. Anybody have a hose? Perhaps a bucket or two? You have one job, Otto. This is literally the most important job. We're counting on you. This can make or break our friendships, so. Haven't we split up enough? We got Frederico over here, we got... what's his face over there? Garfield. Please don't burn to death, everyone. Hey, Amelia, she's doing her thing. A disaster that's yet to come. Maybe it's not an ideal future, maybe it's a terrifying future. This doesn't look good. Well, I love you. Kinda hurt my feelings a little bit there, Amelia. A potential future, at the very least. Yeah. I'm slowly losing my mind listening to this. Rem? Subaru? You seem kind of staticky. Could we wiggle the antenna? Think we arrived at the Windows XP background. So, are we alone here? I mean, we know who we're supposed to meet here. Yeah, I don't see her around though. But, I mean, there's cookies. I'm not saying you're wrong, but, oh, her. I don't remember her name, but I know she's one of the witches. Well, I mean, they do have their bickering. It was fairly unpleasant. Yeah, it was a lot to take in. Yeah, exactly. Potential future. I mean, that's pretty clear. The show loves to bully Amelia. I think that's the best word for it. Yeah, like have a gun to your head. Well said. Luckily, she's not. Hitori Bochi's another show, so. Promise, huh? We know those are important. Very interesting scene we have here. I'm not crying, you're crying. Oh, okay. Well, he doesn't want to make eye contact. I mean, I think turning around was the right decision. I'm being honest. And she's cute. What? Aw. I would love that. It's like a big old group tea party. That'd be great. I'm counting on you. Drag her kicking and screaming to the tea party. Would love to watch that. So does that just straight up complete the 3 trials? Like, are we done? Because that seems accessible to me. Did seem much shorter than the previous trial, but I guess that's fine. Is everything okay out here? Cause I don't know if it is. What am I looking at? Was that always there? Is that Echidna? Yeah, that's quite a beautiful looking thingy. So what are we gonna do here? Just smash the glass, get her out. That sound. Yeah, we should have broke the glass. In case of emergency, break glass and release Echidna. It's a shame we had to shatter that cool looking spell, but it's worth it to get Echidna out. You're not gonna carry her out on your shoulder and keep her? I mean, I guess that sounds weird, but what I would have done. Oh god. That was a blizzard, I think. And on the flip side, we have an inferno over here. Yeah, just burn the mansion down. That's how we take care of them. Maybe a little bit. But I like his faith in Subaru. Okay, we have our hippo. I was wondering what was happening on that end, because we hadn't caught up on that. It's all your fault, Elsa. Garf. Got to see them together again. Is that a wink? I think that was a wink. I don't think I knew that. But that's interesting. Man, this is a face-off. Oh, Jesus, that is concerning. Oof. That was a nice catch. Oh, is that what that was? It looked cool. Okay. Man, this is such a cool face-off. Burning mansion background really adds to the tension. Come on, don't bring in the cobras. Yeah, she can still help, luckily. Gotta preserve this 1v1. Oh, man, she got smacks. Man, this battle is amazing. We'll show you how I deal with the hungry hippo over here. I mean, who would you bet on, the hippo or the tiger? Oh, is he gonna break his neck? Oh, jeez. Oh. I think that might have done it. My god. Just freaking twisted his neck off. Well, what's your backup plan? That was pretty cool, but he looks kind of exhausted now. Yeah, that's still a problem. Not sure how we deal with that. Ah, vampire. I guess that would make sense. That does fit. Thank you. Bustecco. Is that why you're so cold-hearted? Really wasn't expecting a sudden Elsa backstory. Nobody asked for your backstory. That's when the bowel hunting started, I guess. Oh, those eyes. You really are creepy, you know that. My fetish was born that day. You not really know. She does seem to quite like Garfield. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. At least she likes him for what's on the inside and not the outside. I guess that's somewhat admirable. It just heals right up pretty much instantly. I really don't know how you deal with an opponent like this. I mean, Garfield's been really impressive this fight, but... Oh... Yeah, you got a choice to make. I guess we're taking your sister. Don't mind us. Don't take your eye off your opponent! Oh my god, they're biting each other. Damn, that's... This is a hardcore fight, jeez. Like, who gets eaten first? I don't think I was ready for this battle. Are we just gonna like... oh god. Remind me never to be on Garfield's bad side. The whispering. Love me down to my blood and guts. I just thought the episode was gonna end there, but no, we're still going. Hey Puck, it's great to see you. So yeah, we are continuing this too. I almost forgot about this. I mean, I've seen what Puck can do when it gets big. I just... Every time I think I couldn't hate this character anymore, they just give me something new. Oh. He does have a very unique way of talking. Well, that's kind of how it works. Yeah, we can't accept that. Tell him, Puck. Oh! Yeah, let's put him on ice. Couldn't you just stay over there frozen? And there's actually a decent amount of time left. That would make things simpler. I wish he was just joking. Fair enough. Yeah, which one's the real Ram? uh, is Puck Big Puck? I think he might be. Yeah, I think he might be in trouble now. Yeah, that's all. No big deal. I'm just, giant now. I just can't believe how all out they went on the animation this episode. And even more fire. Is Ram gonna pop out? You grab his heart. What exactly did she do? Are you okay? Oh, she grabbed the book. Right. I figured out like right before they showed it. Yeah, the book. Well, there you go. Yeah, toss in the fire. Some good old brick burning. You can't end on that. Like I'm sure she's fine, but you can't end like that. Just Jesus Christ, this episode. This felt like 2 episodes. This wasn't the last episode, was it? Like, the numbering's a little bit confusing because it's the second core of the second season, but I didn't think this was the last one. Okay. Okay, I mean that was the 23rd episode, the second season of ReZero. I'm not even sure really where to start with this episode. It was definitely the most epic episode of the season so far. I think that's fair to say. Like I said, they really ramped up the animation, everything. Like really, they wanted cool fighting this episode. We got cool fighting this episode. I think that's the best way to put it, right? We had multiple battlefronts, some of which we hadn't touched on a while, like the Ram one that we actually got this episode. And, you know, we also had non-combat moments, you know, like the Amelia stuff, which was great. She experiences a 3rd trial, which I guess she passed. And she is like in that usual garden, well, not field, but whatever you want to call it, with one of the witches, the blonde one, you know. I don't remember all their names. We were introduced to them like all at the same time, and they each have a name and a different emotion that they're associated with, you know. So I didn't remember that. I remembered her as a person though, like seeing her, she looked familiar to me. That's what I'm trying to say. But that's about the extent of it. And then we just had a scene where Amelia was just kind of standing there with her finger up against her head, you know, like almost like it's a gun, you know, but it's just her finger. So that was a little bit odd. But we had that scene, you know, also a bit of hugging, which I really did not expect, but that was quite nice. And then she went to the door, and then went to which would look like Echidna's body, you know, her burial area essentially, which has the barrier spell as kind of a part of it. So I guess we just break the glass and it broke the you know, broke the spell. Part of me was hoping Echidna would just wake up and say hi after that, but I guess of course that wouldn't happen. But you know, I was still hopeful, because just kind of had a bit of a Sleeping Beauty kind of feel to it, where we just walk in there and wake her up. But you know, of course, that's not what happened. But and meanwhile, back at the mansion, right, the place is just burning down. We had Subaru doing his best to deal with the one Dogi, and he was trying to do something, you know, but didn't quite work out. But we know it does work. Just fire, just oil, fire, burn the dog, burn the mansion, burn everything, right? And that kind of expanded to being a nice little background addition to the other fights, you know? Because like one of the biggest fights of the episode, you know, was between Garfield and Elsa, right? Like just as far as fight scenes go, I think has been the most epic, coolest, badass fight that I've seen in the show so far. Like I can't even talk about all the cool moments, but man, does the biting each other, that one stands out for sure. Just like I don't even remember who bit first, but someone bit someone and it's like, well, fine, I can do that too. Just bit as well. Just it was insane. I don't know. It was great. Like I was really getting hyped up for this fight. Like Garfield, just the manly character, just his whole ripped up shirt, his muscles, the blood, just the teeth, the claws becoming all tigery, like twisting the neck off of the hippo. Just man, it was just incredible. Just so much of this fight, for sure. It's also just like I think he threw the hippo's corpse, right? At first I thought it was a rock, but then I thought it was the hippo corpse. I think it was, but just like squished her with it, you know. Not until after we got Elsa's backstory. That was fairly funny because she just like starts asking, she like starts bringing up her backstory. It was very much an example of that one meme, you know, like nobody asked. And Garfield actually kind of said that too, which is made it even funnier. But then she actually got into some of the details of the backstory, and it kind of stopped being funny at that point. But yeah, just we got, you know, the origin of her obsession with blood and bowels and all that. You know, the warmth of it in the cold environment. At least we got an explanation on that, which is good. You know, I guess. But I mean, did she die there? I mean, I know we like squished her, and they definitely had a bit of a this is this character's final moment kind of atmosphere to it, especially with getting into the backstory the way they did. But, you know, they did comment on her being a vampire, right? Which I don't think we knew that before. I also don't think we knew the sister thing before. Like, I feel like they gave us a decent amount of new information in this episode. So yeah, we had that sibling versus sibling battle. We tried to have this cool 1v1 between Elsa and Garfield, and then we had Mealy trying to interrupt it, but then, you know, Frederica jumps in to kind of stop that interference, so they were kind of doing their own thing. I think Frederica even kidnapped her at the end there, just like in her fox animal form, just grabbed her and pieced. So I think we won that battle overall. But that was just an amazing experience to watch all that, for sure. And then we, you know, finally caught back up on the Ram battle, you know? Ram, Puck, Roswell, you know, they're all battling, right? Because I don't think we did anything with that last episode. I think it was the episode before that where we had that interaction. And, you know, I already knew that Ram had a lot of feelings going into this. You know, Roswell is talking a lot about revenge and stuff, and it makes sense because of what he did to Ram's people, right? But he didn't seem to quite understand just the depths of Ram's feelings. I guess he couldn't quite understand that. I mean, I kind of knew that. Like, you know, Ram has always cared about Roswell. I don't think she straight up did this sort of "I love you" sort of thing before, but you know, it's been pretty clear. Which, you know, annoys me a little bit because I dislike Roswell. I know I've not made that a secret at all, you know, but, you know, it's Ram's Ram, you know, I'll respect her feelings, you know, so, you know, it is how it is. She wants to help him, and she did her best to do so in this scene, and actually got the book from him in the end there, but, you know, she looked pretty injured as a result of that, and that was before we saw what looked like a big old fireball hitting her after that, so yeah, I'm a little bit worried about that now. Like, if they wouldn't kill off Ram, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, there was some really cool visuals in this battle as well, especially with the ice and stuff like that, and the fire and the shattering, and Ram just like rushing out of it. Like, there was a lot of good visuals here too, just like throughout the entire episode, really. So, and she just tossed that book into the fire. Yeah, and she has quite a bit of blood just like streaming from, I think, her forehead and her mouth. And that was, yeah, then we see the big old fireball just right after her, just get knocked away. I'm sure she's fine. I'm not worried. They wouldn't kill off Ram. They wouldn't do that, right? You know, so it's fine. I'm not worried. I'm not just, you're worried. I'm not worried. So that was the episode. Just, man, that shot of Garfield just holding it up, the lighting of the scene because of the fire, all the blood dripping down, shirtless, just. Man, there's some things that would just terrify you if you were on the receiving end of it, and that is one of them. Like, if you're just standing there prepared to have that thing thrown at you, that'd be kind of terrifying. Like, I wouldn't want to be in a fight with either of those people. Like, neither of them. So, yeah, really good episode. Probably one of the best, if not the best, of the second half of the season, I would say. Like, just, man, there was so much to take in. There was so much to take in, but I mean, I don't think this was the last episode. I think as far as like hype, climactic high, this was probably the peak of it. Things would probably slow back down next episode because I feel like we resolved a lot this episode. I mean, the fight with Garfield is pretty much done now. You know, the fight with Ram is done now. Amelia finished her trial, so I think we pretty much peaked. Like, finished off a lot of those high tension scene interactions, so next episode might be a bit more of a chill episode. I mean, I'm almost positive it would be. It also broke the barrier, right? So that fully got resolved. So yeah, next episode should be more chill. Although it's not saying much because, you know, a lot of things are more chill than this episode, but yeah. Pretty much everything I had to say. I think I really liked the episode. I think this was probably a favorite of an episode for a lot of people, and we'll see how things go in the next episode. So until then, bye-bye. Thank you for watching, and a special thanks to Cnouki and Ryan for supporting the channel. If you enjoyed this video, I hope you consider clicking the like button and leaving a comment, because that's a great and easy way to let me know that people want more. If you want to do something big to help the channel, you can support me on Patreon and get nice benefits like early access to certain videos. See you next time.